I promise that I will stop doing this at some point because I think I'm becoming a bit of a crack-in addict. I'm certainly becoming a kamikaze addict again, but I can stop anytime I want, right? Isn't that what all addicts say? We can give it up anytime we want. Yep, that time isn't now. While this game is completely broken, I am going to reap the rewards of being in a practically undetectable destroyer and go out and wreak havoc and fury on red teams wherever I can. Now, the majority of my games that I get put in with this ship are tier 4, tier 5, but this one is a tier 3, tier 4, which makes it a little bit easier. But there's a lot of people down here in the lower tiers at the moment, a lot of seasoned players that are out completing various missions and assignments. But we got to see some decent gameplay here and some absolutely terrible gameplay as we land a torpedo on the caster. The Wakeful there hiding behind the corner is lucky to get away with not eating a torpedo there. He single fired his by the looks of it, but I'm pushing out to this flank to try and keep this destroyer spotted, and there's going to be at least one other destroyer come up behind in that it's red team's kamikaze. We've got two battleships and our cruiser out here on this flank. Red team's battleships are across on the other flank, and they're no risk to me at the moment. So if we can get rid of another couple of destroyers, it's going to give us a huge advantage. I get spotted from the rear. I'm not going to fire my guns because I want to see if this guy gets killed, if my spot gets dropped, but it doesn't. There we go. Kamikaze behind me and knocks my engine out. I've already repaired once, but blue team on form, put shots onto him. He knows he's spotted. He knows he needs to drop detection, but now I know exactly where he is. Now, is he going to be a dope in the smoke? Well, I guess not, because he's going to come out of that. There we go. And I think he's going to run straight into the beach. And yeah, my torpedoes run straight into the beach instead. But he's on his gun. He misses me. I put the torpedoes out there. He's panicking, I think. He's trying to get back in the smoke. He's trying to get round the corner of the island. But the only place he's heading is back to port for kill number 1 of the game. So there we go. Red team are 3 destroyers down out of their 4. We know where the 4th destroyer was last seen, and I ping the map and let the guys know that. And so we're now going to push this flank with the backup that we've got behind us and try and force this destroyer out from behind the island. The Arkansas is there running in, obviously running a secondary build and trying to run down some of our destroyers. The rest of red team way out there on the flank, and we've got one of our ships, and I do come up on Mike as he's calling for help, and I'm saying just keep angles, keep kiting away, keep moving away, draw them around the map. We'll pick them up. But he turns broadside to 2-3 battleships to try and get all of his guns on. The Wakeful is there. It looks like he's pushed out into the center of the cap, and our 2 destroyers look like they're being dopes in smokes, and we lose one of them to torpedoes from the Wakeful. So I call our Wakeful for assistance. It's a very good little gunboat, but now he's heading out to help the battleship that asked for help. I want to say well done, but he's going to make some god awful mistakes a little bit later in the game, and we'll get there soon enough. So firing at the Wakeful, I'm going to wait for reload, keep him spotted because I'm spotting him for the cruiser and the battleship behind me. There we go, they've put shots in, so I pop the smoke to drop my own detection, but also to give our cruiser some screening from the battleships. Wakeful is there again. We get salvos out. He's got the look of the devil here, but that looks about to run out because that is the second kill of the game, and he disappears. These 3 battleships seem absolutely focused on what is out ahead of them across the top of the map, which is our Wakeful and one of our battleships. And again, for whatever reason, it looks like our battleship is giving up a lot of broadside there to those battleships on red team, and he goes out of the game. Now, I do always say that in domination and in this god-awful mode, epicenter, that caps are king, so I'm going to hang around in these capture points because the team is starting to get overconfident, brave and or stupid and getting themselves killed, and I don't want to lose this game. So we put our first spread of torpedoes out at the Orion. We pick up kill number 3 and dev strike number 1 of the game, and the reload on this thing is so crazy, as our Wakeful, who was firing his guns at 3 battleships, why I have no idea, he goes out of the game, and I've got my reload up, and we're pushing for the Corvair 1944. And I've played that as well. It's not the greatest, it's not the worst, but I've had some fun with it, and I think surprised a few people down at the lower tiers with the fact that it does hit quite significantly hard if you've got the right build on it. And there's a few Nevadas and things have had a little bit of a surprise when they thought they can turn to get all guns on me. But he goes out of the game with dev strike number 2, 1 ship remaining. It's the Iron Duke. He's tracking across the back of the map. If any turn he's going to do is only going to be to avoid that island that's in front of him. So we overlap the torpedoes a little bit, turn away to maintain our concealment distance, and as we slow down to normal speed there, we get a triple medal kill with a high caliber Confederate and Kraken Unleashed number 181. That was very fast and furious. It was a lot of fun to play that one, and picking up all 3 ships at the end of the game for a Kraken, that's sweet as a nut, that. But 8 destroyers enter the arena and 1 leaves. I'm not saying I'm the best, but what I will say is in that game I was the best. I hope you've enjoyed watching this one. Stick around, click one of these links and watch another one, and don't forget to smash the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends to come across and subscribe as well. We're trying to get to 1500 by the end of the year, and it's going very, very slowly. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye.